Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here doing another great video. Guess where I am? I am in front of FCI, Federal Correctional Institution, Jesup, Georgia. It was a prison that I was at. When I was here, I got thrown in a hole for about 8 months or 9 months after going crazy on a unit manager and breaking stuff and all of that. And when I did that, they ended up transferring me back to the penitentiary. But it is what it is. Just make sure, you don't go to a place. I just want to show you. See, that's FCI Jessup. After this, I'm going to go to the back end of the camp to show you what's back there because I scoped that out yesterday. But look at this. That's FCI Jessup. We're going to go around and turn around in there. And here is the actual prison, as you can see. This is a federal institution that's paid for by taxpayer money. Now, for security reasons, obviously, I have a tripod. I'm going to go in there. I don't see what's wrong. There's nothing that you can't see from a satellite or anything else like that. So with that said, what's the big deal? I don't even get it. I don't think there is a big deal to go up and do anything you want in this area. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I'm going to see what I can do here. And it's pretty weird that I know that this is where the news organizations stay when there's a death or something like that. And I know there's been multiple deaths in this prison. I know a guy, Massey told me the story about a guy who had a pacemaker and it expired and they wouldn't get him a new one and he dropped dead. Dropped dead. Another guy burst something and they wouldn't get him out and he's complaining, he drops dead, he dies. So, I mean, this is what happens in these facilities. These facilities don't give a shit how strong Larry is, anything like that. They don't give a fuck. They care about nothing but you as a number. Larry, 52224-004. That's my number. 52224-004. Something I'll never forget, obviously. And I just want everybody to know this is the kind of facilities. Now, it looks nice too. Look, he's looking. Oh wow, look at that prison, man. It looks pretty cool, And here's a couple of images up here of the prison itself. Let me see if I can't go in and take a ride around, at least turn around in the prison, see what happens. All right, now I just jumped in the RV and we're gonna head to the prison itself and see what happens. Federal Correctional Jessup. We are in the prison, everybody. We are on prison grounds, so I don't know what can happen to us at all. These are the housing units. See that? This is where the double wire, this is the medium security prison. See the double wire fences? That is where I lived for approximately 2 years. Maybe a little more, I don't even know. It was about 2 years. And I was at this facility until I went crazy. And it was a great facility. So here they are.
Can't get in.
Oh, they can't go in. What's going on? Let's see what it is. Does it say? We're gonna find out why we can't get in there to go to the facility. It says screening site. They must have like a screening site. Let's turn around, Dave, and get out of here before they come out. See, that's the front of the prison over there. Now that over there is the low. See, that's the low security prison. But we're going right now through the whole prison. They have an obstacle course for the guards. Yeah, these fat fucks couldn't do this obstacle course if they fucking stood on their head. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a joke. Look at this. They got an obstacle course. This is funny with the tower. This has made my video. Holy shit.
That's a training facility.
This is a training facility for the guards right there.
Look at the tower.
Look at the big tower up there. The training facility. These fuckers couldn't run through this shit if they stood on their fucking heads. Who are you fucking kidding? So here is the facility. SORT. See? SORT team. Oh, SORT. SORT. Which is Special Operations Rescue Team or some bullshit. And here again, if you can see through the trees, this is Jesup, Georgia, and I remember this yard pretty good. I remember this yard. So does my brother, Dave. You remember it?
Yeah. Bringing back memories.
Bringing back a lot of memories, man.
Softball field.
Yep, softball field. Played stuff on that. And I'm sure, they have roving guards and roving patrols around here as well.
2 trucks go around the perimeter fence all day.
They have 2 roving trucks
opposite ways.
Opposite ways, circling the prison 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So what they have is those 24-hour patrols, and as I heard from many guards, and I think it's even on video with Massey, they all sleep on those patrols. But those fences, let me let you know, the fences have electrical sensors in them. So if it goes off, whether a rabbit goes through it or a person tries to go through, the sensors go off. And when those sensors go off, the guards go to that. They get woken up and everything. So no matter what they are or where they are, they're gonna find out what's going on in that facility. So that is what happens. So this, everybody, is called Jessup FCI. It was one of my facilities. The memories in here, believe it or not, are some good, and that's pasta and stuff like that, and some bad with a jerk-off lady like Tubbs and Wright and these people who are just idiots. So I'm gonna go to the back end of the prison now. You saw the front end of the prison. Now you see in the back end of the prison. This thing is crazy. I lived here, but let me just show you guys around what I mean. This back end of this prison here is the camp. And this is what they call the prison camp, where these are people who get very short sentences, and they can actually leave. And let me show you what I mean by that. When I say they can leave, you see, right here, that's just a football, that's a baseball fence. That's all that is around here. This whole entire, you can't go further than this. But that's the dormitories down there, and that's just a baseball fence. Those people can literally just walk out here. If you had a friend, you see these like electrical boxes down there? All I got to do is put drugs or whatever I want right there and tell him, hey, listen, go get it. He can come out at night. There's no cameras. There's nothing. And he can literally go over here and do whatever he wants. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, but that's what a prison camp is about. A prison camp isn't a place like I lived. I lived in a prison where they had walls and gun towers and double barbed wire fence and razor constant turner wire that would cut you up and everything else. I'm just, at this point, just showing you guys really what it's back. Let me show you what that is right there. That over there, right there, is the dormitories. They have a dormitory style living for inmates like that. Now you got to remember, this is the place that I got kicked out of because I went crazy on the unit manager, Miss Tubbs. And when I say went crazy, I ended up breaking the phone, the door. I threw a pencil, a paper shredder, paper cutter, heavy shredder, whatever, right at her. She's ducking behind the computers. It was kind of funny. I was just talking to Massey, Gary Massey, which you guys now will be knowing about more and more. And Gary remembers that incident very well. When I come up, I rip my shirt off. I'm wanting to fight everybody. I do all that kind of stuff. Still getting there, not bad. But I'm still here just showing you guys what prison is like. So this is Jesup, Georgia. I'm in Jesup, Georgia. I stayed there last night, and this whole trip we're doing a bunch of prisons I was at. So in this prison is the prison that we were talking about stamps, and I had the pasta, and I'm making it a pasta, gave it to the guards, do all that, and a lot of cooking, which you're gonna see more of the cooking show as well. So you're gonna see that. So I'm gonna try to go up a little further and see what happens here when I come up. And just to show you what they're saying on this federal thing here. And we're gonna find out what they really don't want us to do. Because you know Larry, he's probably gonna do it. That's how I look at things. Now look at this. Here's what it says. You can read it, everybody. All persons entering this federal property are subject to searching their personal belongings, bags, box view containers, etc. This is the Department of Prisons, Federal Bureau of Prisons. And if I go across this line, obviously they have the right to do whatever they want. I am on private property. I am on public private property. Now see this technical yellow fence right here, that's their prison boundary. That's where these inmates are not supposed to go out of. You can actually see inmates down there. If I could get it a little bit better, I don't know how to do that. If you go way down there, there's inmates sitting out front. Now, this is all that stops these inmates. You see this yellow fence? That is it. And it's not even a prison. I don't even consider it a prison. But like I said, all you have to do is give notice, leave drugs right here. Say, hey, listen, there's a big drain thing right out when you go outside, and put a package of drugs or a cell phone or whatever else they want to bring into this prison. And they bring it in. And all of those stuff, they could put it anywhere. Are you kidding me? They get girls out here and they could get laid. They can do anything they want. Their wife could come park here. There's no cameras around here. There's nothing. You think they'd put cameras? The BOP, well, I'm glad, listen. These guys in these prisons are not hardened criminals like I was. And I don't mean that to be good or bad. Obviously, being a hardened criminal is not a good thing. So, but these are the kind of guys that, you look at and you say, man, well, what did they do? They got 3 months for tax evasion, or they did something stupid, you know what I mean? Like, or they had some long sentences. And what happens with the long sentences, they're down to the last few months in prison. And the prison says, hey, he ain't going to escape anyway. Because you can't have violence on your record, and you can't have over 10 years sentence to go to this prison. Can't have any violence. So I could have never went to this prison. It is what it is. I ended up going to the worst prisons, and we're going to see those in another video soon. But I'm just getting a kick out of it myself, and you guys can see it. See, that's the actual track, and one of the inmates actually running the track. Now, what stops that man from just coming right out here, picking up a package and leaving? There's only one or maybe two during the day, but only one guard is on at any time in this area. One guard. And he's got about 300, 400 inmates that they have them in what they call a dormitory style living. So they don't have guards here. This is a joke. But I'm glad they have them for the non-violent offenders and the people who don't belong to go to prison. I think it's just a money-making thing. Now, this is not a private prison. This is a Federal Bureau of Prisons. Now, at this facility, this is called Jesup, Georgia. They have a medium, a low, and a camp. And the medium houses about 1,300 to 1,500 inmates. The low, same thing. So that's 3,000 inmates, another 400 or 500 here. You can look it up on the BOP website. I don't even know. I'll probably put it in the description below, so make sure you check that out. But this is right here. This prison is also the prison that Massey had some issues with, and he got caught doing what he did at this prison. So you guys are going to see the Massey interviews. You're going to see everything coming up. It's going to be great interviews. Like I said, this is just good stuff. I'm really enjoying this trip because it's great to see these prisons from the outside, not from the inside. I used to come into these prisons on a bus. The plane would land and I would come here on a bus. If you think that's kind of, fucking a nice trip, that's not a trip. I used to tell people I had so much time on Con Air. Con Air is the plane. And I'm gonna do a whole series on Con Air. But anyway, this is the place that not here. The other part in the beginning here, it was the actual prison itself. And doing this part of it made me just smile, because looking at this facility from a different point of view, one as an ex-con, two as a person who's a good guy today and tries to help people not go to even here. Because let me tell you something, whether you like it or not, prison is prison. I love these people say, oh, he went to a camp, he went to a country club. Let me tell you something. When you get taken away from your family, when you get taken away from your kids, I don't care where you are, and you're told what to do, when to do it, and stand up and sit down, that's prison, everybody. That is prison. So don't think for 1 second it's good and, oh, wow, he went to a great prison or whatever. Yes, the conditions of that prison is everybody can survive, or they'll do what they have to do to survive. But what I'm thinking about is what happens with people taken away from their family when you don't see them. When somebody dies, they don't let you go see your kid. They don't let you see your son. What happened to my brother, and he couldn't go see his son when he passed away. They don't let you go if your mom or somebody dies. Even your wife dies, they don't let you say, okay, you can go. Even when you tell them you want to pay for the guards to guard you while you're there, they don't do that. That's not the way it works in the system. And it's terrible. It really is. So don't ever think prison, no matter what you think, oh, this is a soft prison. Prison is in here. Listen, I might be strong, I might be tough, but you know what survived me, prison? Right here and here. My brain and my heart. These are the two things that survive prison. Not muscles and brawn. I mean, you're gonna have your fights. You know, Massey told me the other day, and he said a great thing. He said, you know, Larry, he goes, we've all been in many fights. I said, I've been in many. I can't even count how many fights I've been in. And what's the old line? You know, I won a lot and lost some. And you know, if somebody tells you they haven't lost a fight, you know what? They didn't fight the right guy. Because somebody's gonna beat your ass. That's just life. I mean, that's just what happens in life. It happens, you can't help it. So it's part of what is going on, you know. But anyway, I'm enjoying doing this video and seeing this guy. I'm gonna see if I can get even a hair closer to give you guys a little bit of a view. Look at this nice prison, huh? Look at this nice prison. Man, I wish I was in a prison like this, huh? Old Larry here, look at that. See, what I was showing you here, this is the fence line. Man, how easy it would be to have somebody out here and just bring a cell phone, bring something. And I'm sure it's done all day long. It is what it is. I'm glad for them. Good for them. Get over on the fucking BOP. I can't stand them. The BOP's a big corrupt organization. That's all they are, a bunch of corrupt people. You know, then the private prison industries throw in there. They don't know how to hire people. They don't know how to train people. It's like a lot of professions today. You know, they're missing the boat, you know. But anyway, here is how the prison goes. And look at that. Right there is an inmate. He is actually right there. And these guys are walking the track now. And this is what they do. This is the spot they can do things at. This is literally a Federal Bureau of Prisons that we're up close and personal with. You're not going to get many places where you see this. And so far, I've been here, I don't know, 15 minutes. And I have my RV, guys. You see the RV? I have my RV right there. I am right here in front of this prison, and they haven't said shit to me. You know, so I'm loving the fact that this is going on. This is one of the greatest things in the world, doing this video right here. I don't know if they're gonna come here and bother me and tell me to leave. I'm gonna be out of here in a few more minutes because I don't need the hassle of that. You know, went to the front of the prison, did a few minutes there. So anyway, I just want to show you the back end of the prison, how it really works. This is the prison system. Just make sure you guys don't come here. I don't care if it's camp. I don't care if it's your first time offense. You don't want to do anything wrong. You don't want to go do anything where you're going to get yourself put in prison in any way. Because once you do that, you know, your whole life changes. You're a felon. And once you're a felon, a whole bunch of stuff changes. So I don't want that for you. Just remember that at all times. I want you to make good choices. I want you to think before you act. I want you to appreciate the freedom you have. But don't think for a second America's just all this great free country. Because sadly, it's not. Now they just... They might have just heard me because they just closed the whole yard. And they're going to probably be coming to chase me. So I'm going to be heading out. So anyway, they just closed up. And they want to say track is closed, outside's closed. And they have to all go in. And that's my cue to get the fuck out of here. Because let's face it. This is a fucking prison, and I don't like it. So anybody, thanks a lot, guys. Make good choices. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.